is high heart rate the same as stress? And is exciting stress versus fear stress the same thing?
It will be a bit of a difference. So in general, a high heart rate will be because of there's too much stress, or not necessarily too much. We are supposed to stress. The most important thing is to compensate for the stress so that the balance is good, so that you're not overstressing, which we are not made for. When we put the wearables on hunter-gatherers that still exist today, we see that they're active like 3 hours a day. And the rest of the time, they are in a relaxed state. And of course, most people are not in that state now. They are in the stress state most of the time, and maybe just in the relaxed state hardly ever, right? And our physiology and our immune system is not made for that. It cannot function properly under these circumstances. So that is why it's important to balance this out and compensate with enough rest, just like the athletes do. So, but even though the heart rate may go up, both of positive and negative stress, if you're in love with your colleague or annoyed with your colleague, the heart rate can still go up. But the heart rate, your body will respond differently to positive stress than negative stress. If there's a positive stress and you think you're in the challenge mode and you think you can do it, if you're in the hunting mode, so to speak, then your cardiac output will be bigger, more blood being pumped out each time, and your vessels will dilate in your body, bringing more blood and oxygen to your muscles and brain and so on, and your different organs. But if you're in the fear state, you think that this is terrible, that the stress is not good for you, then you are in the hunted state, like for our ancestors, that the only time you were in this state was when another animal was hunting you down, and the blood flow will be different. The vessels will constrict in your muscles and to your organs to minimize the blood loss that it can anticipate, in this situation. So a negative stress over a long time is really damaging for your physiology.
And over time, is it true? Well, can people convert negative stress into a positive stress?
Yeah, with your mindset. Yeah, absolutely. And there's research on this. For example, there's a famous, the maids at the hotel. I don't remember what they're called, but the maids at the hotel that, clean the sheets and clean the rooms and so on. When they tell the maids that this is perfect exercise. What you're doing, making the beds, washing, that is very good exercise. When they think about it in that way, and not just being stressful and a boring job and just straining on their system, their blood pressure drops, their weight drops, their stress levels and cortisol level drops. So how you think about stress will affect the physiological results of that stress.
That is very awesome. I'll keep that in mind next time somebody tells me to clean the garage or clean something. It's gonna be good exercise.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
Bison, all right.
If you're gonna use a bison as a metaphor for success, how is success like a bison?
Well, bison is very, very sturdy and can take a lot of cold and is tough when it comes to combat, and it can kind of scare you and be threatening to you, and you are watchful to it, and that maybe that's part of the success of the animal, and it can be some aspects of that could be good to have yourself.
I see. That's how success is like a bison.